Shortly after World War II, beer was at an all-time low. Due to all the bread being used as food, beer companies were unable to produce the beer they wanted to. This is when real ale really started to thrive, a new way of making beer and a new taste. But as technology advanced and equipment and ingredients became more available, lager took over the race, and more people were choosing it as their beer of choice. In the 1970s, Camera revolutionised real ale drinking and slowly became more popular over the decades. In 2014, The Guardian released an article saying that more and more young people were starting to drink real ale. Camera even released a survey saying that 87% of 18 to 24-year-olds who drank real ale said they would drink it again. This is brilliant for all the microbreweries across the country, as it not only promotes them, but it promotes real ale drinking as an industry. One of the underdogs of bright beer production is a local microbrewery in Marlow that have been producing beer for 23 years. Rebellion is a very popular beer in the southeast and supplies regularly over 50 pubs with one of their beers. Tim and Mark, the owners, who have founded the brewery in 1993, have made serious progress and developments in their company. What I want to know is how it all started. So Tim, you and Mark are good friends, you have been for a while. Would you say that a lot of the people, staff that work here are friends and family?
Okay, well we've got about 50 people who work on site and quite a few of those are family, and I suppose over time you build up friendships with all your staff anyway, so where we're really lucky is it's a very close-knit business where everyone's happy to help each other, so it actually becomes like a family over a number of years. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and how did it all start? Where did it all start, the brewery?
Okay, well there used to be a brewery in Marlow called the Wethereds Brewery, and that was the biggest employer in the town, and they shut down in 1989, and then we set up in 1993, so that's 23 years ago. And it started off with two of us. There were two owners, that was myself and Mark. We used to go to school in Marlow and could smell the beer being made at the old brewery. We both went and worked for large companies, but we both knew we wanted to run our own business, so after many sort of drunken chats, came to the conclusion that perhaps if we worked together we might be able to sort something out. My background was in sales and marketing, his was in brewing. It seemed like quite a natural mix to do, so we set up a brewery in 1993, and then it's really grown since then. We've been very fortunate. There's been a number of big things that have happened in the industry since then. The big thing came in the early 2000s with a reduction in the duty rules to allow small breweries to grow, and there's been a real surge to craft beer in the last few years, and consumerism's been really powerful in the consumer wanting to engage with local manufacturers and find out about what they're eating and drinking, and that's really helped us grow in the last 23 years, particularly in the last 10.
Yeah, well, a lot of young people recently have been drinking a lot of real ale. It's become very popular. Would you say that you supply to mainly local, or does it branch across the whole of the UK?
Well, when we first started, we used to supply nationally right the way through the UK, about 100 miles direct supply within Marlow, and a series of wholesalers covering the rest of the UK. But actually, what we did about 10 years ago was we changed our focus quite significantly and reverted to being a very local brewery, so sort of going back 100 years to being a traditional local brewery. So we now only supply actually within 30 miles of Marlow, so that's direct supply, and we don't have any distributors covering the UK at all, so we control our quality throughout the local region, and it's 30 miles within Marlow.
I am here at the Ship in Marlow, one of the many pubs that supply Rebellion beer, with Tim the owner. So Tim, how long have you been supplying Rebellion?
We've had Rebellion on the bar here from fairly much the early beginnings of Rebellion. So I've been the landlord here since 97, December 97. And I believe we started serving Rebellion here in about 98, 99.
So about 5 years after they made over it.
Yes.
And what do you think it is that attracts so much attention when people see it on your pumpkins? Do you think it's because it's local, or is it the actual beer itself?
I think there's several things. I think number one, it's a locally brewed beer. Number two, it's really well known. It has a really good name for itself, especially in Marlow, given that Marlow is its home. So when Breaks Beers was redeveloped and taken over in Henley, and kind of the brewing process became questionable, Rebellion really had a breakthrough there. And certainly in here, we do often, or we used to often have an alternative ale to Rebellion, which was fairly pointless because everyone likes Rebellion.
Yeah. So you just changed to the one now?
We have IPA, that's on all the time, and then we have the seasonal ale too.
So you never get the monthly, just the season?
We occasionally get the monthly, but we generally have the IPA and the seasonal.
I'm guessing that the IPA is the more popular.
Yes, the IPA is the more popular. Yeah.
And do you like Rebellion personally, or what do you like?
I do like Rebellion. Yeah, I do. It's I find it has a beautiful flavour, a good mix between a good mix between all the ingredients, but it's also got that creaminess that it has, which comes from probably because it doesn't have to travel too far to get here.
Nice and fresh.
Absolutely.
Rebellion is clearly very popular to the local area, and I think that Tim and Mark have an amazing story behind the origins of their business and how it all started. I do also think that they play a key part in the rise of popularity in real ale, as their products are known within a very large radius and attract a wide variety of beer drinkers from all ages. I guess only the future can tell what will happen for the real ale industry, but with more microbreweries such as Rebellion doing their job to make wonderful tasting beer, I'm sure it will soon be an all-time high.